YouTube, it's Eric. In this video, I'm just going to be showing you. I was doing some research this morning, looking through declassified CIA documents because if you've been following my Reddit Jesuit World Order blog, I did a post last night um, where I showed a declassified CIA document that shows that Allen Dulles met with Heinrich Himmler, and there was this character called Baron Luigi Parnilla, who was like a high-level Italian aristocrat who was a Knight of Malta, who was a member of a few, or he was affiliated with American corporations and connected to Dulles and high-level Nazis. There's some pretty interesting information. But I came across this letter. I'll show you here. This was a full-on like a book. This book is out of print that I'm recommending here. Really good book. It's called Catholic Victory in 1960. It was written by a Catholic priest, but it's a book criticizing the Catholic Church, and he criticizes it very well. But this is the book here on Amazon. You see, you can't get a copy on Amazon, out of print, limited availability. And the document, I linked this. I uploaded it to archive.org. It's modifying right now. See, refresh. Yeah, I'm uploading that. I uploaded it to archive.org. This is the file here. But you see here, this is so initially this was the CIA document says a letter from Mr. Allen Dulles to Laura Hazelwood, and that's the very first page of the CIA document. It's in cursive writing, so it's kind of hard to make out what Laura Hazelwood wrote to Allen Dulles. But afterward, you see here, there's just like the Central Intelligence Agency official routing slip. Then there's a full book here, the whole book in its entirety, Catholic Victory in 1960, by Peter J. Doeswyck. You see here, Doeswyck was the author. He was a Catholic. He studied at the University of Freiburg in Switzerland and was ordained a Roman Catholic priest in the Diocese of Omaha. In 1938, he resigned from the priesthood. For the past 25 years, Peter Doeswyck has specialized in the studies of the Fathers, the Middle Ages, and the history of the Church, having read every available book written from the time of Christ till the Reformation. That's a lot of books. He is recognized as one of the greatest students of the original sources of the Middle Ages. He has contributed many articles to religious magazines and was granted an honorary degree of Doctor of Divinity by the Lighthouse Bible College. So this is the profile of the author here, and here's the preface. Okay, it's a good book. I'll show you. It's only like 120 pages. Here's the table of contents. You start here the Pope's condemnation of democracy. I read the first few pages. He reprints a papal bull from Leo the 13th. Really good information here. Catholic judges. The syllabus of errors information was great. The information on the Jesuits was very good. Catholic bosses, Catholic movie stars, Catholic control of news, Catholic police force. That was a great information. If you haven't watched my video, Jesuit trained heads of chiefs of police, watch that video, then read this chapter, Catholic police force, or this little yeah, it's like 2 or 3 pages. More of a subsection. We see here forgeries of the Roman Church, temporal power of the Pope, American textbooks rewritten, Catholic history rewritten, Catholic immigrants, public funds for Catholic institutions, military draft, foster cradles, papal states, fascism, the rape of Ireland and England, the secret concordats with the Vatican, Roman law above American law. There's some good information in here. You see Jesuit infiltration, secret monks and nuns. Talks about the war criminals Stepniak, Artukovich, and Vincenti. Talks about public funds for private schools. Catholic Victory in 1960. That's the title of the book. He talks about at the end about Al Smith's creed and Kennedy's creed. You see here, President subject to Rome. And this was written in 1960, declassified by the CIA in 2002. But here's a little quote I have here. But you see here, like there's some good information like this. You see here, this is on page 40 of the book. It says secret, and think about when I was reading this, I thought about Billy Graham. Secret Jesuits disguised as Protestant laymen about this latter have infiltrated our government offices, labor unions, and other institutions, and seem to be able to use these public institutions to ruin those individuals and organizations which they are unable to subdue. International Jesuitry, through secret agents and stooges, is advocating merger of labor unions, merger of the armed forces, greater concentration of federal power, merger of news agencies, merger of magazines and local newspapers, merger of charity drives, yeah, even merger of Protestant denominations, because it is easier to control intimate Is easier to control, intimidate, or bribe one person in power than dozens of independent chieftains. So there's lots of good information in this book here. You see here, like it's this. I posted on my channel. This would be a good the books I've recommended on my channel. Like if you've read The Dollar in the Vatican by Aver Manhattan, Catholic Power Today, Catholic Terror Today by Aver Manhattan, Catholic Imperialism and World Freedom, Lord Robert Montagu's book on some titled Recent Errors and a Clue to the Solution. It's a great book. Edmund Paris's book, The Secret History of the Jesuits. Tupper Saucy's book, Rulers of Evil. I recommend R.W. Thompson's book, The Footprints of the Jesuits. Theodore Greisinger's books, The Mysteries of the Vatican and The History of the Jesuits. You see, he talks about here the rape of Ireland, talking about the how Ireland was sold to the Pope when Ireland was sold to England by the Pope. That was under Adrian IV. There's information in the Vatican Billions about that as well. You see here information on how the Concordat was signed with Nazi Germany. Information how the Roman Catholic Charles de Gaulle didn't persecute any of the Nazi collaborators like Marshal Pétain in France after when de Gaulle took power in the 50s, because France was going to be was allied with the Nazis during the 40s. See here, the Vatican has the largest spy system in the world. We must maintain that secret Vatican agents, Jesuits, are spying in our country, for without this, their system would be far from complete. We may then also maintain that those Jesuit-trained American priests who were arrested and imprisoned in China for spying might well have been spying for a foreign power, as the Pope claims to be. Interesting information here. Yeah, I don't want the video to run on too long. I was just, it's kind of a gem that I just found, looking through CIA documents, because this book is very hard to get a copy of. Can't even get one on Amazon. There's not even one for sale. Just kind of so it reminds me of the Dollar in the Vatican in that sense, because I had to go to the University of Toronto to get a copy of the Dollar in the Vatican. Like the cheapest copy of the Dollar in the Vatican was like $900. I'll show you the cover of the book again. That's the letter from Laura Hazelwood to Dulles, and then it's the entire book, Catholic Victory in 1960. So I recommend you guys read this. It's very informative. See if anyone's in the chat quick. I linked this. The document I loaded to archive.org should be uploaded soon, so you'll be able to copy and paste text from the document. Just on this document, it's just you're unable to copy and paste information off of it. But once the archive.org file is done synthesizing, you'll be able to do that. Give me a second here. Oh, hey, Mr. Fox. As you know, I haven't really looked into Miss Celine Dion's clothing line. Thanks for bringing that up. That'll be something for me to look into next. But yeah, you're the signs of the times, are here though. You're absolutely right. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here, YouTube. I got some things I gotta do. But yeah, recommend this. I recommend you read this book. I linked the information in the description. And peace and love, everyone. Namaste.